Hey, my Legion, how y'all doing today? I'm back today with another review of something great that I like ABC's doing, the ABC Summer Fun and Games. Because last year they did, well, they've always had Celebrity Family Feud. That's been on for a while with Steve Harvey and stuff. I'm not a Steve Harvey fan, but I like Family Feud. I love the game and stuff like that. I'm not the Steve Harvey fan, but the show is still really good. Um, And then, to my surprise, because they've had that on prime time for a long time, so that's nothing new. And then, to my surprise, they started doing other game shows, including, like, right after that was $100,000 Pyramid, then Match Game, which I was really excited to see Match Game. I really liked that one. And then I absolutely hated what they did. Well, the $100,000 Pyramid was okay. I absolutely hated what they did with To Tell the Truth. I didn't like the direction that show went in, And then I found there's going to be some more retro stuff. I watched it tonight. I didn't know when they were going. I know I saw commercials for the Gong Show a couple months ago, and I didn't know when that was coming on. Just like I know CBS Afternoons is going to be having Candy Crush, but I don't know when that's going to be on. If I get a chance to see that, I'd love to see it and do a review of that. They're doing like Candy Crush come to the TV screen, but no, what I'm talking about is retro shows that are remade. And it was two shows, Battle of the Network Stars and also The Gong Show at 9 o'clock and then at 10 o'clock for The Gong Show. Battle of the Network Stars, my friend Tim Sands made a really cool thumbnail, and he put like a classic photo from Battle of the Network Stars with a retro look. It had Howard Cosell and Gabe Kaplan from Welcome Back Kotter on the photo. But this is the remake of Battle of the Network Stars. Now, I remember watching that as a kid. It was always on prime time. Started in 1976 and went, I don't know how long it went into. It went well into the 80s. And I remember there used to be, on Sunday afternoons, they used to have like an NFL, they have like Battle of the NFL Stars, I think, or something like that. That would be on the afternoon. And it was like that show, but just with them. And I remember watching that in Fort Gordon, Georgia, on that TV that they ran with the rabbit ears, watching that, enjoying that like at 1 in the afternoon and stuff. Well, I have a memory of that while polishing my boots. The Celebrity in Battle of the Celebrity. What the heck was that called? Battle of the Networks. Yeah, Battle of the Network Stars. See, I got the whole celebrity thing screwed up. Battle of the Network Stars was a great show, and I remember that lots of good memories from that because they had like actors and actresses from all different TV shows and stuff. I remember they had Lou Ferrigno on there. I don't know if it was Bob Uecker, but someone was making a joke. They had the dunk tank there. It was a classic Carnival dunk tank. And they had Lou Ferrigno threw it, and he broke part of threw it so hard he broke part of the shield off, the thing that you hit. And then one guy said, "Look at this. Look what he did. Disqualify him." And that was really funny. Cause I remember my dad and I laughing. It was way back in the late 70s, early 80s. I remember seeing that. With that one part. And they remade it. And first of all, they start off with doing like a remake of the classic Wild World of Sports logo, which I really enjoyed. And they're talking about how Howard Cosell used to host the show. And they even had some of his voice on there. They had the two new guys hosted. I can't remember their names, but they had like the classic yellow blazers with Wild World of Sports on it. And they introduced, it was like TV kids versus TV sitcoms or something like that. I know some of, the people on the people competing, it depends if you've seen the show or not. Because some shows I haven't seen. Like I had the one girl from the Goldbergs, never seen that. Or, The Middle, or some of those shows I've never seen before. But the ones I have seen, they had Kim Fields from Facts Life, and they had God, my mind is going blank. And then the girls played Blair. I always had, let's see, hold on, I'm drawing a blank. Wait a second, let me look it up. I don't want to draw a blank on her. I always had a thing for her. Yeah. All of a sudden, I saw her name, and all of a sudden it just went. Yeah, Alicia Weschel. Yeah, I've always had a thing for her on Facts of Life, and it was cool seeing her. Later on, she still looks really good. And Kim Fields looks a lot like Kim Fields did, but she has like this red hair. Reminds me of that that one girl from WWE with the red hair. And they had other people on the show. They had they had Joey Lawrence from Blossom was on there, and then on the blue team they had Bronson Pinchot, who doesn't look anything like you. He looks so different now. They had two people. They had Tracy Gold from Growing Pains. I'm surprised she wasn't in with the TV Kids, but they have her for TV sitcoms. And they had, two people. No, one person I didn't know on that one. Then they had Dave Goulet from Full House and Fuller House. Then they had Tom Arnold, which came in late and he wasn't there. And then when he came in, he looked awful. I don't know if he was just really tired looking or drunk or something, but he looked terrible. I'm not like I'm no spring chicken, but he looked really bad. I'm not being mean, but I mean he looked pretty bad though. I always thought he looked better. Well, I don't think he's good looking, but I mean he looked kind of haggard. I don't know. But then they went to all the competitions and they had like a team captain. Ronda Rousey was for the red team. I can't remember the guy from the blue team. And basically it was like they're doing like all these all the original events, but I mean it has like a different look to a larger feel to it. Some of the events are real close to what they used to have, like the relay, and then they had the dunk tank, but I don't like what they did with the dunk tank this time. Back then they had the traditional carnival dunk tank, which was really good. This one they had like a big long plank above the pool, because they did a couple things in the pool, like the water relay and the kayak relay and stuff like that. Well, the water and the swimming and the kayak thing, kayak relay. But they had like a big plank, and you had to walk on this little seat, and it's like 20 feet up. It was high up. They had like a little thing, it was a little makeshift thing that you bullseye and you throw it. I don't think it was as fun as the old one. I like the traditional dunk tank better than this one. And then during that relay, Joey Lawrence really busted his butt. He really ran really well. He did really well. And then he was terrible in basketball and also throwing the ball in the dunk tank, though. But they have all these classic games on there that they played before, like golf and stuff like that. And it's all cut within an hour-long time. It's always entertaining. And it ended with, the second to the last end was the obstacle course. But I really liked. They changed a couple things. They had a thing you crawled under, and they had the tire run. I always liked that. They had something called punch through, which is like a punching bag, and you're supposed to push it so it go all the way to the end of this thing. They had like a big pole. Before they had the tackling dummy, you had to push it a certain amount to get to a certain point. They don't have that no more. They had the monkey bars. They had something that my favorite thing was the rope where you go with the water trap. I always liked that. And then it ended. Remember what else? They had, instead of like the traditional wall, they had like a rope. You'd climb up the wall and you go over. Then they had something different. They had like a big thing of the cargo net. You climb up there, and then on the other side of the slide, you slide down. All in all, and then it ended with tug of war. Cause I always thought that was the end. I forgot about tug of war, and that's always fun too. And then Tom Arnold shined on that. But also, I just wanted to say the weird thing is, talking about Kim Fields and Lisa Weschel. They actually competed in the original Battle Network Stars back in 1984. So going back to the remake and going in that too was really cool. I still think she looked good. I like Lisa. I always have had a thing for her. But I really enjoyed Battle Network Stars. It's a great retro show. It is very enjoyable. I give that full on 10 out of 10. Now the Gong Show, I remember watching Gong Show it was on NBC, because some of these shows that they're remaking and putting back on their shows I've seen on other channels. Like that, to tell the truth, they used to have that syndicated with on NBC, but I don't think that really counts as a syndicated show. But like Match Game was CBS, then ABC put on there, or Gong Show was NBC, and then they put it on ABC. And that used to be a daytime show. I guess it's like a game show where they have a bunch of very strange, unusual talent acts. And they have like 3 celebrities, and they have like, if it's really bad, you can gong it, and then the act would be gone. And then if they make it past through the whole act without being gonged and stuff like that, the judges give them a score, and then whoever's the winner wins the money. I think it was like, on this new show, it's $2,017.17 or $2,000.17. I can't remember the exact amount, because they said it, but they didn't really say it. And and they have a new guy, because Chuck Berry sadly passed away a few months ago. Tom Maitland, I think his name is. And it's actually a certain celebrity under a lot of makeup. I don't want to give away this. They already said who it was on Inside Dish and stuff like that. For anyone who doesn't know, I don't want to give away who it is. But if anyone wants to know, just ask me in the comments. I'll tell you who it was under the makeup. You can kind of get a guess of who it was. I really liked it. I missed the Unknown Comic. I thought the Unknown Comic was so funny in the old show. Because he did a magic act. One of the funny jokes I remember my dad and I were laughing at, it was so stupid, from the original Gong Show, was they had the Unknown Comic was in there, and he had he was doing a magic act. And he said, here's a bag right here. And he said, I have 2 handkerchiefs. A black handkerchief and a black handkerchief and a red handkerchief. And he put them in the bag, he mixed them up, and he goes, now the red handkerchief is black, and now the black handkerchief is red. He just pulled the different ones out. Dad and I would laugh so bad at that. And he always got gonged, but he was funny. The new one is pretty good. They had some neat acts on it. They made it more of a... they made all these shows bigger, like they have a bigger budget and stuff like that. I still enjoyed it, but they always have, like, the end, they said, now we'll bring out the people and tell you who the winner is. If you look at the scores, you already know who the winner is, so it's not a real big surprise who won it, but it's still cool. I enjoyed it, but, I mean, not as much as Battle Network Stars. And I think that I've only seen 1 episode, so, I mean, it could go up. My liking of the show could go up, because they do have some neat action stuff on there. I think it's entertaining. I give it a 7 out of 10. It might go up to an 8 out of 10 if the acts, I mean, depending on how the show grows on you. Because the Gong Show is like a very unusual show. Battle Network Stars, you know exactly what to get. But, I mean, some of the new, they're redoing it. And they might have some returning acts that have some real charm to it. So, you never know on that show. I think that character, that guy, got a little tiresome as far as he was trying to dance, and he was always dancing the same. I know who it is. It's a celebrity under a lot of makeup. But I said I don't want to give it away. I don't want to spoil it for anyone. But if you want to know in the comments, you can ask me. I'll tell you. So there's my review of Battle Network Stars, which is fantastic. At 9 o'clock on Thursdays on ABC. And then the Gong Show, which is really good. But, I mean, I don't know. Maybe it'll get... I mean, I'm not saying anything bad about it, but maybe it'll get even better as it goes along. I thought it was okay, but nowhere near as good as Battle Network Stars. I like the retro feel it brought back. Because you get the classic clips from Wide World of Sports at the beginning. I love that. I think my dad would like that, too. Bring back some good memories of a much easier time. So until next time, everybody, please Take care, my Legion, and thank you, Tim Sands, for the awesome thumbnail. Retro thumbnail. And like I said, that photo from Battle Network Stars is the old one from the 70s and 80s, and it had a Gabe Kaplan and Howard Cosell on it. But I love he included that photo. All right, take care, everybody.